figured I'd put together a little video here, tell you a little bit more about me and what this channel is going to be. I'm from South Central Pennsylvania. Grew up sprint car country, around dirt tracks and stuff. The first racing I ever got into, though, was online with the original NASCAR Heat. Found a league, started racing online with those guys. Pretty good group of guys. Some of them raced with up until this past year when I actually got out of it. Won my first race ever at Pocono. But yeah, ran a bunch of different leagues, a bunch of different mods. Some of those leagues still exist and have a couple people at least still racing it. Won some championships, races. Ran a league with some help too at one point in time. Started that 2008 when I was in college, University of Northwestern Ohio. Graduated from there in 2009. 2010, I got the opportunity to buy my first race car, if you can call it that. This is this car here, 93 Ford Probe GT. Could run in two different classes at the local track. There's a Friday night class, which I was a little outmatched. There was some more money in some of those cars. Saturday night class was a class where you kind of dipped in underneath the tire at the bottom of the backstretch and came back out. It was kind of neat. But 2 weeks into that, I won my first race. And from there, I was the points leader all the way through the season. I had some engine problems, had some wrecks, got intentionally taken out by a lap car at one point, but survived it all and ended up winning the championship. So from there, we're like, all right, let's get into something else here. So there's another class out there called the Extreme Stocks, which is what you're seeing in the video here. But this car, it's a 1990 Lincoln Mark 7. Kept the probe and ran that every now and then. First night out with the Lincoln, and I wrecked it. I pushed the front end of it over a good 6 inches, hopped out into the probe, and wrecked it too. So both cars in one night. Probe wasn't hurt too bad, but we got the Lincoln fixed, got back out, got comfortable in it, ran okay, but we were underpowered. It had a fairly stock 302 in it. So we pulled that out, had a 351 built, put a manual in it because it wasn't automatic, got it lettered up. Came back out the next year, ran pretty good. Ended up fourth in points, no wins, but did win a few heat races. Brought pretty much the same car back the following year. Some minor rule changes. Some tougher guys coming into the series. More people dumping money in, lack of tech. Stupid things happening. Lost a potential win to a rut, knocking my tire off and turning it inside out. That's a rear control arm that was mangled from a wreck in the race from the video that you're actually seeing right now. Lack of tech kind of turned us off to the class, so we decided we're getting into the legend cars. Sold the Lincoln, sold the Probe, got this thing ready, ran it like 8 races, had a motor problem. Didn't have the money to do anything with it, sat over the winter, didn't know what we were going to do. So I buy this car. It was race ready and cheaper than a new engine. So hop into that. First week out with it, I finished 5th at Lincoln Speedway against a pretty good group of cars. A couple weeks later, win my first race, and that was at Path Valley. I have a good season, 2015, finished 5th in points, and finished 5th in national points. 2016, put a new engine in it, freshly built Hank Scott 1200. Run pretty decent. We ran 15 races, had 7 top 5s, 12 top 10s. Still felt like we were off a little bit, so I decided, all right, well, let's build a sedan. So find one guy in Raleigh that was converting to a coupe, put a new body on it, strip all my parts, build it, and we run that one for 2017. It's the first time I've ever basically build a car, even though it's just pretty much assembly. Ran good with this car. I only ran it 6 times, but 3 of those races were top 5s and all 6 were top 10s. But at that point in time, the racing was just kind of wearing on me. Time constraints, money constraints, that sort of thing. So I ended up selling that car, which that car still almost identical to how it was when I sold it. It's still racing in the Legends. So now I'm basically just online racing at this point. Picked up iRacing about 2 years ago, messed with it a little bit, and then during the pandemic, finding something to do. Ended up getting back into it a little bit heavier. I used to do a lot of videos for the NASCAR Heat side of things, and I like doing that just for fun. So I decided to start doing it here for the iRacing stuff. You can find those old NASCAR Heat videos on this channel. You can find in-car videos, especially this race. It's a good one to go back and look. They're all on the channel in different playlists, and there is also a channel that was created specifically for my Legend in-car videos back when I was racing that. So that's pretty much what you can expect here. If you like it, feel free to subscribe, leave me comments, whatever you want. I'm pretty interactive on it. But yeah, hope you enjoy what I put out here for you.